That's in 2 Corinthians.
13, is it 13? Is it 13? 8 or 8:13? I know it's one
I
of
believe
the
it's 13.
13.
Yeah,
13:8, yeah, 13:8 then. Or it might be 13:5. But yeah.
Yes. 2 Corinthians chapter 13 verse 5 says, examine yourselves, whether ye be in the faith.
Yeah.
Prove your own selves. Know ye not your own selves, how that Yahushua HaMashiach is in you, except ye be reprobates.
Yes, you got to examine whether the Lord is dealing with you. That's what it all boils down to. Is the Lord really dealing with you? And if the Lord is dealing with you, then you have to do some soul searching, man. You have to reconsider what's going on with you. You have to get some kind of counseling, because maybe you're off. Okay? And if you're off, man, and you keep going down that road of being off, then you're gonna find yourself with your head off when Yahushua gets back. All right?
Yeah.
That's it. You're going, brother. Yeah.
With in sports and all those athletes and all those boxers that train, the ones that don't do very well or don't become elite is because they don't examine themselves with the training. They don't keep up with the training.
Exactly.
But the ones that do excel very well are the ones that, even though they've got talent, they know that they have to keep up with the training to keep up the standards.
Yeah.
Because they're examining themselves and
improving themselves.
Keeping
themselves up. Yeah. So there you have it. That's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to study these scriptures as well. You know, while you have your time, and then when you come back out there, now you can break the scriptures down and teach others. Okay? You got it, right? Yeah, just take your time, brother. Just make sure.
Yeah, Floyd Mayweather. No, go on. No, Floyd Mayweather, even though he had a lot of talent and he had a boxer's brain, he knew to keep his crown, he has to still train just as hard or even harder than a lot of the lower boxers, the good boxers, which he classed himself as God gifted or blessed by God. He said he was blessed by God. He said he's not talented. A lot of boxers are talented or good boxers, but he said that he's God gifted, and he acknowledged he was God gifted, which that's of the scriptures through the tribe of Judah, Benjamin, God gifted. But he said even though he knows he's God gifted, he still has to keep training just as hard.
Exactly. Because if you don't, then you're gonna lose that sharpness. But that's the same thing with us. We're gifted with this talent, but we still have to maintain and practice what we're preaching.
And because if you don't, you become complacent and arrogant sets in, just like what we're talking about at the moment. With a lot of these novices.
Puffed up.
Psalms 26 says, judge me, O Lord, for I have walked in mine integrity. I have trusted also in the Lord.
And that's one thing that Israel don't got no more, man. It's integrity. Integrity, man. It's a key thing that you have to have in this faith. And that's something that the majority of people, and even our people, don't have that anymore. They've lost a sense of who they are. They have no foundation within themselves. And even while they're in the truth, they have that same mentality. You know, they're going after things that are not there, or they're going after things that they believe is going to make them better than what they are. But you don't even need to do that. Just keep it simple. You know what I mean? And the reason why Jake can't keep it simple, because a lot of Jakes out there, they want to be glorified. And it's all due because of the low self-esteem. Because if you have a reasonable self-esteem, you're not going to look for no extra glory on top of what you already got. You're just going to be content on where you are and who you are. And that's it. Simple, you know?
It says, I have trusted also in the Lord, therefore I shall not slide. Examine me, O Lord.
And that, you hear what David said? Read that again.
It said, examine me, O Lord, and prove me. Try my reins and my heart, for thy loving kindness is before mine eyes.
No, read up a verse. It says, I trust in the Lord.
Psalms 26. Judge me, O Lord, for I have walked in mine integrity. I have trusted also in the Lord.
And that's a man of the Lord, David. Because David, not only was he a man of war, but he was a prophet. So you have to look at yourself, again, if you're not doing these kind of things, then you're not a man of the Lord. A man of the Lord who trusts in the Lord. That's why they're known as men of the Lord, because they trust in the Lord. Matter of fact, brother, I'll tell you what you got? Give me 1 John the 5th chapter. 5 and 8. 1 John 5 and 8.
First John 5 and 8. And there are three that bear witness in earth, the spirit and the water and the blood, and these three agree in one. If we receive the witness of men, the witness of the Most High is greater, for this is the witness of the Most High, which he hath testified of his Son. He that believeth on the Son of the Most High hath witnessed in himself. He that believeth not the Most High hath made him a liar, because he believeth not the record that the Most High gave of his Son.
But as you go up a couple of verses, I want you to read the verse where it says something to the effect of the thing that is born of the Most High will come up the world. It's right in that particular chapter.
1 John 5 and 4 says, for whatsoever is born of the Most High overcometh the world.
Yeah.
And this is the victory that overcometh the world, even our faith.
You know why they overcame the world? Because they made refuge. The Most High, they made the Most High their refuge, and the Most High became their refuge. Give me that in Psalms 91. Because the Lord is going to be a refuge unto those that trust Him. And that's another powerful point right there. So when you have guys winging the scriptures and formulating new breakdowns so that they can gain some understanding through their own mind, because they can't understand it as it is, that's not trusting in the Lord. And therefore the Lord ain't going to be their refuge at all. Go on, bro.
Psalms 91. He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty.
And that's twofold as well, because that's talking about knowing this truth and this understanding. And also we're going to be delivered and taken by those so-called ships, those so-called UFOs. So that's what that goes into. So spiritually, we're in this secret place. And because we know the name as well, okay, that's going to lead us to our salvation, and we're going to be up in those ships as well, as the so-called white man calls UFOs. So that's what happens when you trust in the Lord and you make the Lord your refuge. Okay, so an entity or spirit to lean on. And ultimately, as we lean onto the Lord, what do we use? We use this word. We measure ourselves as His word. This is the measuring stick. Go on.
Verse 2 says, I will say of the Lord, He is my refuge and my fortress, my power. In Him will I trust.
That's in Psalm 91, right?
Yeah.
Exactly. So that's what's going to happen. The Lord is going to show how He is a refuge. He's our refuge. And there's a scripture where it says the Lord is going to cover us from heat or something like that. I'll tell you what, brother, type in the word refuge. And then try and see if you can find it. I'll tell you what. Well, you got it. Okay, cool.
Yeah. Isaiah 25 and 4, it says, for thou hast been a strength to the poor, a strength to the needy in his distress,
right.
A refuge from the storm, a shadow from the heat.
So Isaiah is prophesying this as it already happened. Those that trusted in His name, He became a refuge unto them and saved them. And he declared these men to be poor, because in these days and times, the nation of Israel is going to be poor. Why? Because they're going to be under them curses that made them poor in the first place. So out of these people, among these people, there's going to be a remnant, the poor, amongst the poor, that the Lord is going to deliver and be a refuge unto you when it's all said and done. When the days go real tough, right? Or troublesome, perilous, storm. Yeah.
This is a refuge from the storm, a shadow from the heat. When the blast
That's
of the
the one I
terrible
wanted.
ones is as a storm against the wall.
Right, the blast of the terrible ones is as a storm against the wall. Because Revelations 12 and 12 is going to play out. Which Revelation 12 and 12 also is also likened unto what happened in 70 AD. When you had the Roman armies that came down against our people, besieging the city of Jerusalem, and that's going to happen again. This time they're going to come with great wrath, greater than before, and that's going to happen, and we're going to be delivered out of that. Some brothers may be delivered from death, some brothers may literally be delivered and taken up into a so-called reform, shall we? Or certain brothers may be given the ability to receive spiritual power when it's all said and done, okay? Because great miracles are going to fall on this planet like you've never seen before. Things that your mind can't comprehend is going to happen on this earth. It's written and it shall be. Go on, bro.
You have something?
Yeah, I could bring this out, yeah. This is of David, Psalm 54. Start from 1. Psalms of David when... Save me, O Lord, my God, thy name, and judge me by thy strength. O my prayer, O God, give ear to the words of my mouth. My stranger are risen up against me, and oppressors seek after my soul. Thou have not set God before them. When it says sailor, that means poise. Pause. 4. Behold, God is mine helper. Thy Lord is with them that uphold my soul. He shall reward evil upon mine enemies, cut them off in thy truth.
And that's another thing as well, because a lot of our enemies are those, obviously, of our own people, and also these other nations too, including the so-called white people. So all of these people that come up against the word of the Lord, or come up against the people of the Lord in general, they're the enemies of the Heavenly Father. And they're our enemies too. And that's what we're going to see happen. We're going to see the deliverance of the men of the Lord, which is standing before you right today, as it stands right now. And it's not just us, it's other brothers across the pond as well that's doing the same thing we're doing. They're going to be delivered, while the majority of the people, they're going to just be destroyed. Okay? And that's just the thing, you know. But like I said, one can repent. One can repent from their evil ways. But if they don't want to repent from their evil ways, they're going to be destroyed. And that even includes a lot of you guys as well that know you're Israelites, but not going according to the doctrine. Go on, brother.
One more, just from jump down to 7. For he hath delivered me out of all trouble, and my eyes have seen his desire upon mine enemies.
Right. And it's funny because we're also the house of David. So if the Lord was to save David in this situation, then damn it, he's going to save us too. Okay, then let me use another word. Then willfully, he's going to save us as well. All comes together. Go on.
Back in Psalms 91, it says, verse 3, it says, surely he shall deliver thee from the snare of the fowler.
Right, surely he shall deliver thee
pestilence.
from the snare of the fowler. The fowler is the so-called white man. Go on.
He shall cover thee with his feathers, and under his wings shalt thou trust.
Right.
His truth shall be thy shield and buckler.
Once again, this truth shall be thy shield and buckler. So if this truth is your shield and buckler, you're going to lean onto that only.
It says, thou shalt not be afraid for the terror by night, nor for the arrow that flieth by day.
That's those missiles. So when those missiles, and this is why, like you were saying earlier, brother, a lot of those other camps, they don't teach about the missiles coming. Because once those missiles come in their mind, they're thinking, well, man, I'm dead.
And that's why they're fans. I'm not going to call them followers.
Yeah.
They're fans. They don't even fear, because they've not been given the fear of what's coming. Like us brothers in the truth, man, we're meditating on it all the time, man.
Every
But
day.
not through fear, but we know it has to happen.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? This is something that's coming, and we can see it. Like the brother says, we watch the news, you know, we read into certain things, and we can link them up with the prophecies, man.
And prayer too, we also pray.
I mean, there's that thing called Project Megiddo, man, and that's coming up against. They say it's coming up against basically what they would call terrorist acts in America, and the number one people on that list are the Israelites,
Yeah.
because that's what it's really about. It's not really about these other white supremacist factions. It's about the Israelites, man.
I mean, they're gonna get them too, because it's really anybody that comes up against or the New World Order system any kind of way, they're gonna take them out the way. But like the brother's saying, they're gonna come for us, and then it's gonna come a time that it ain't gonna be so cool to be an Israelite no more.
Exactly.
Go on, brother. You got the
It's a fad for a lot of these cats out there, man.
Can't.
You know what I mean? Because like I was saying, I mean that whole Project Megiddo thing, that's coming for us, man. And like the brother said, in that time they're gonna deny being Israelites, man. And they're gonna deny you how much you're
Yeah, they're gonna put away those garments.
Exactly.
Garments. What is it? Like it says in the Apocrypha, cast about your double garment. So they're gonna cast that. They're gonna cast that double garment off you.
They don't even believe. They don't even believe it anyway.
Anyway,
man.
yeah.
It's like Apostle Tahar said, man. They don't really believe.
Nah.
Anyway, back into Psalms 91. It says. Verse 6, it says, nor for the pestilence that walketh in darkness, nor for the destruction that wasteth at noonday.
Yeah, and for the pestilence that walk up in darkness, because you better believe, man, one day or another, man, Esau, they're going to bring out these biological weapons out there amongst the people, and people are going to pretty much drop dead or go crazy, man. But you're going to have certain brothers, they're going to, for some kind of reason, man, they're going to withstand all of that. It's going to be like brothers got like a unseen force field right on top of them. And they're not even being touched by any of this biological warfare that's going on.
If I'm not wrong, correct me if I'm wrong, I think the scriptures talk about the waster, yeah?
Right, the waste is to destroy, yeah.
And that's the missiles, man.
Yeah.
And that's what that's talking about here.
Exactly, yeah.
It says 1,000 shall fall at thy side, and 10,000 at thy right hand, but it shall not come nigh thee.
Yeah. As it tells you, I don't cut you, brother, as it says in 1 Peter, the 4th chapter, we shall scarcely be saved. The righteous shall scarcely be saved, because right when we're being saved, or we're about to be saved, those missiles are about to come down and it's going to hit this earth. You understand? And that's why these niggas don't teach about the missiles.
What do they think they're stockpiling all these things for, man?
Yeah.
Keep bringing up new technology on these missiles. We know what Putin just come out this year with his new ones now. You know, you got Trump trying to stop everyone else from building up theirs, man, but he can't stop it, man. Because ultimately they're stockpiling for the destruction of America, Babylon.
Yeah.
That's what it's all about.
Exactly. And that's why you have those underground bunkers in the States as well, because they know that the war is about to come. They know that those missiles is about to go flying to and fro. Go on, bro.
Says,
What time you got, brother?
6:20.
Okay.
6:20.
Says verse 8, Psalms 91 and 8 says, only with thine eyes shalt thou behold and see the reward of the wicked.
Yeah, so what we're going to see when we're above on the chariots, we're going to actually see the destruction of the ungodly men. Beginning with our people first, because the Lord is only dealing with our people, and second of all of these other nations, including the so-called white men. We're going to see their damnation. And this is something that we hope and pray for to see. We hope to escape out of here. And we hope to see the downfall of the wicked people. Okay? Wicked, evil, unreasonable motherfuckers, man. Excuse my language.
It is what it is.
Yeah?
It says, Psalm 91 and 9, it says, because thou hast made the Lord, which is my refuge, even the Most High, thy habitation.
Yeah.
There shall no evil befall thee.
Yeah, so that all goes back because we trust in the Lord. So because we trust in the Lord, what's going to happen? The Lord is going to protect us from all kinds of things or elements that concerns the wicked. Okay? And even this guy as well, he's going to go, he's going to be destroyed, man.
No, what's the difference between the Edomite and the Sulamite?
This guy's a clown, man. We done with deal with this guy before.
Edomite and a Sodomite, they're the same thing, isn't it?
Huh?
They're the same thing.
Could say that.
You might as well say they're the same thing, isn't it? It says, verse 10, it says,